Hi there, I'm Rachel Cole. Welcome to 12 News Weekend. Each week, we bring you the most impactful and inspiring stories from our 12 News journalists. On today's show, the Scottsdale Fire Department is blazing a new trail when it comes to mountain rescues. See how their innovative tactics are saving lives on steep terrain. Then, lingerie, luxury getaways, even diamonds. Is spending from Arizona's ESA program spiraling out of control? We dig into the thousands of dollars some parents have spent using that program. But first, it's the Phoenix Diner you've probably driven past, but do you know it once had a starring role on national television? 12 News journalist Crystal Long pulls up a seat and serves up the story.
Oh, welcome to Mel's Diner. I'm Mel. What are you doing in Arizona?
Welcome to Mel's Diner, where nostalgia is always on the menu. So pull up a stool, grab a slice of pie, and a slice of TV history. Mel's isn't just your typical old-fashioned diner, it's a legendary pit stop that once served coffee, sass, and catchphrases on the classic 1970s show Alice.
Kiss my grid!
Kiss my grid.
Kiss my grid.
How much has the TV show Alice played a role in Mel's popularity over the decades?
A lot. A lot. The most of the people, they know the show. I used to watch it when I was young.
How much of this place is the same from when this was a star in the show?
The sign. It's the original one. I changed the menus. We have the Alice, the crew, some pictures down there.
Why would you say that Mel's is a treasure in our community?
That's history right here. How many places we have around like that? When you come inside, you don't feel corporate. It's like a family.
Do you think we're all kind of drawn to the good old days because times were simpler?
Yes, it's nostalgic, you know? It was fun. It was more simple. Right now it's different. It's all cell phones, like dating sites.
Would you say you get more locals or visitors?
Locals, but a lot of visitors too. Like I have met people like all over the world.
What are some of the popular items that customers order?
Country fried steak, they love it. We make it an omelette, skillet.
And how about the coffee?
Coffee, it's awesome, guys. After years, I figured out that coffee is the number one. Like, if you mess up with the coffee, the whole day go bad.
Mel's is where the coffee never runs dry and the memories are always in the reruns. TV made Mel's famous, but you keep them cooking. In Phoenix, Crystal Long, 12 News.
A walk through Phoenix's historic Willow neighborhood.
Once they're gone, there's no way to rebuild them or replace them.
Is like taking a walk down memory lane.
We have the most beautiful preserved examples of architecture, going all the way from the early 1900s to the 1950s. That's our period of significance.
Sitting in the heart of Phoenix, stretching from McDowell to Thomas Road and between Central and 7th Avenue, Willow is home to nearly 1,000 historic homes dating back to 1878.
It was a time when people built individually, hired individual architects, and really had made their own little house on their own lot.
Right now, the city has protections to preserve these homes, but a new law that takes effect next year threatens their existence. HB 2721, or the Middle Housing Bill, requires cities and towns with at least 75,000 people to allow development of homes with up to 5 units on lots originally zoned for single families.
We're concerned that it would incentivize losing everything that we've worked for here through tear downs, and that homes will be bulldozed and replaced with fourplexes.
Save Historic Arizona is asking lawmakers for an exemption that would protect all historic homes in the state from being torn down.
We believe that Phoenix's future can be built without destroying its past, its rich past.
The community understands the need for more housing, but doesn't believe it should come at the cost of historic homes. They're hoping lawmakers will see the same value in preserving these houses that they do.
It was preserved for us, and we would like to preserve it for the next generation.
In Phoenix, Gabriela Becerra, 12 News.
So we're here at Fire Station 10 in Scottsdale, and you can see they've got all their equipment, big trucks, equipment you'd expect to help people out when they get to a scene. But you might not expect this. Look, e-bikes. Yeah, they ride these out in the desert, help people out, and they are very effective, they say.
Kind of an odd sight, but get ready to see more fire trucks with bike racks on the back. Scottsdale Fire just got these 2 bikes a few weeks ago, More are on the way. They're the first fire department here in the Valley to have them. And with all their trail rescues, they're expected to be a valuable tool. Firefighters let me tag along to see what the new bikes can do. And they move. The primary advantage with the bikes, speed on the trails, getting to any victim more quickly.
Guys can be on the bike and be on the trail within minutes.
So how much time are you saving?
We're talking about 7 minutes over probably an hour to an hour and a half in a hike.
The victims won't be taken out on these bikes, obviously, but the treatment on them can start right away.
We carry an ALS Advanced Life Support backpack with us for patient treatment.
Yep, so this is our ALS bag. We keep all of our ALS gear, so we have, just in case if somebody's not breathing right, we can breathe for them. We have IV fluids, of course, it's so hot, they get dehydrated. We can start an IV. We have all of our IV equipment that comes with us.
So if you ever get in trouble on the trails, it is good to know these rescuers on two wheels can get to you in a hurry.
Coming up, ASU researchers just discovered fossilized teeth in Ethiopia. What their findings tell us about evolution as we know it. We'll be right back.
A team led by ASU scientists started a fascinating project in Africa back in 2002 with a few objectives.
To find geological sediments that were dated sometime between 3 million and 2.5 million years ago. I was also interested in looking for the genus Homo, which is what we are.
ASU paleoecologist Kay Reed says their work was based on a simple question.
What can we contribute to human evolution?
Recently, her team published a paper in the journal Nature about some of their findings.
2 different hominin, which is what we call anything with 2 legs that looks like us, species in our area that we are allowed to work in Ethiopia.
They uncovered a collection of fossilized teeth at a field site believed to belong to a newly discovered species of Australopithecus.
We found 5 teeth in like 10 minutes. And it was very exciting.
They recovered a total of 13 teeth, the fossils estimated to be between 2.6 and 2.8 million years old. The discovery appears to show there's potentially an overlap in the fossil record of Australopithecus and early Homo species coexisting in the same location.
We now want to know, were they in competition with each other? Were they eating the same thing? Was one of them in the trees? Was one of them on the ground? We need a lot more fossils to answer some of those questions.
What they have learned.
It's possible that it's a new species because the teeth don't match anything, but we need like a new skull. That'd be great. We'd always love to find a skull. And then you would have a lot more characteristics that you could see if they match or don't match.
But until they find more fossils to help tell the story of what happened to our ancestors long ago, Kay hopes their work and discoveries benefit the broader ASU community.
See how life is different outside, culturally, outside of Arizona, outside of the United States, and to learn skills, identification skills, or in the lab skills on a computer that they can use even if they don't want to be a paleoanthropologist.
Trisha Hendricks, 12 News.
With 90,000 kids and growing, Arizona's Empowerment Scholarship Program will cost taxpayers $1 billion this school year. The lightly regulated program gives parents the right to choose how to spend educational tax dollars. A typical ESA award is between $7,000 and $8,000, and they can exceed $40,000 for special needs kids. 12 News has uncovered the program primarily helps wealthy home and private school families. Meanwhile, the State Department of Education says on its website that the Empowerment Scholarship Account program is demonstrating the highest levels of public accountability, and the ESA program may be the most accountable program in the state. Despite those claims, State Schools Chief Tom Horn, since last November, directed his staff to automatically approve all ESA requests under $2,000 because of a massive backlog. The 12 News I-Team obtained those purchases, all $1.2 million, through a public records request. We found tens of thousands of dollars in unallowable purchases. They include over 200 Apple iPhones, over 50 smart big screen TVs, luxury clothing, lingerie, corsets and maternity wear, gift cards, airline tickets, resorts, gasoline purchases, Omaha steaks, and even dog food. 12 News also found nearly $2,000 in payments went for a purse, a person named me, Jamie the Tutor. Horn told 12 News his staff will eventually catch the misspending.
Most people are honest, and they request reasonable things. The unreasonable ones are about 1%, and we recover them afterwards. So there's no thing where people can just get away with murder on things under $2,000.
Well, that's interesting, because I wanted to talk to you about that, because we found some pretty curious things on there ourselves.
We showed Horn several of the questionable purchases we found, including women's clothing and Broadway shows. We also found roughly $3 million in purchases from Costco, Amazon, and Best Buy. There was no description of what was purchased.
We would have gotten an explanation, and we would have checked it afterwards.
Arizona Education Association President Marisol Garcia is doubtful. She adds it's shameful many ESA parents are buying luxury items when school buildings are crumbling and teachers are asking for donations for basic supplies and books.
What would happen if someone within a district just went out and bought something under like up to $2,000 on their own with no questions asked?
That doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen, and there would be an accountability, multiple layers of accountability. And hearing about these extravagant purchases breaks my heart.
The I-Team also told you about a nonprofit group called Love Your School. They taught ESA parents how to use education tax dollars while on vacation for jaunts to SeaWorld and the San Diego Zoo. That message has gotten out. These new records show ESA parents made over 300 individual purchases since late last year, spending over $26,000 at the two San Diego venues. Closer to home, over 100 purchases were made for Broadway shows at ASU Gamage, with one person spending nearly $1,300 for one kid. For outside fun, 12 News found parents used education tax dollars on Traeger grills, horse saddles, massive inflatable water slides, and above-ground pools. We shared our findings with Beth Lewis, who leads Save Our Schools Arizona.
Tom Horn has instituted this policy, which is, the exact opposite of any sort of financial stewardship or responsibility. Our state is spending $1 billion on a program. We have no idea where the funds are going and whether they're being used to just improve people's homes and pay for things that no other person in the state would ask for.
On Monday afternoons, at a storefront in the Superstition Mall, you'll hear the sound of belonging,
the camaraderie,
of making peace with the past.
Keeps my mind busy.
It's a simple thing, the ukulele.
Okay, what's rule one if you're teaching someone the ukulele?
Generally 3 chords, you can play over 100 songs. Do not let it intimidate you.
Musician Lee Huff started this class after retiring from his day job as a federal liaison for vets.
It was so rewarding, and when I retired, I thought, I don't want to lose that feeling.
The timing is ideal. Phoenix VA now offers pure alternative therapy programs for vets after cuts this year.
I picked this one.
Laura Lee Harris of the Mesa Arts League says all veterans and their family are welcome to join the band.
I'm the widow of a World War II vet. Looking for creativity is really, really important for healthy aging, and it gets us out of that, whatever noises we have going in our head.
What's your position to your shoes? Noises of battle. Mel Brown knows them well. He fought in Vietnam, describing it with one word.
Hell.
But get this, for the first time since he was a teen, Mel is strumming the strings.
Played the guitar when I was back in high school.
My sunshine away.
Lee said he had classes, so I went up and asked him where they were and what time they were. My wife and I showed up, and this is where we're at.
Coral served in Kuwait in the War on Terror.
And it was a really hard adjustment coming back, just being in the arts, whether it's music or art, it's been really helpful.
A group of veterans proving that just 3 chords can have an exponential impact.
Getting connected with veterans, I'm redeeming myself.
And that volunteer ukulele teacher, Lee Huff, is actually honoring his father by holding this class. Serge Huff was a World War II vet and iconic high school choir teacher in Mesa for decades. Joe Dana, 12 News.
Once the disease gets into the nervous system, those are animals we cannot save.
Just this summer, the Arizona Humane Society has seen more than 40 cases of dogs with distemper.
And that's quite a few because canine distemper is a very bad disease.
It spreads through airborne droplets, shared food or water sources, even stool.
So it can be indirect contact or direct contact.
And wildlife can carry it too. In just 1 month, Arizona Game and Fish confirmed 5 cases of coyotes in urban areas showing signs of distemper, like acting aggressive or disoriented, or coughing and seizing. And once they're infected, there's no cure.
Coyotes are not vaccinated, so the disease can spread very quickly. And those animals, those dogs in the valley that are not vaccinated are now very susceptible.
I've lived in Arizona for 22 years, and this is the first time I've dealt with this experience.
Veterinarian Brett Cordes says it's more important than ever to keep your dog's vaccines up to date, especially older pets who may be overdue.
The risk is higher now where that distemper is going to potentially be in your backyard. With those coyotes, you might reconsider a vaccine booster.
And if you have a puppy, you should be vaccinating them frequently until they're adults. Then doctors suggest every 3 years.
We've got very good vaccines. There's no reason for a dog to come down with canine distemper. Vaccines are so protective.
The sounds of progress can be heard near Glendale Avenue and Perryville Road.
We've seen a large amount of student movement from the east side to the west side, a lot of houses being built.
As the newest Litchfield Elementary School is built.
We've really tried to, as part of that process as well, Jade, is to get feedback from our students, get feedback from our community members, and try to weave that feedback into what this new school looks like.
Superintendent Carter Davidson says the idea became a reality in 2023 when voters approved a $100 million bond to help improve security, renovate their schools, and build a new campus to help with the substantial growth the district has seen.
We have some schools right now out in that northwest portion of our district that are really full. And so we have no doubt that we will need to move some of our kids and give them that opportunity to lessen that stress.
This new campus is a welcomed addition to this district, but what makes this school extra special is its name.
We actually had one of our principals go to the Historical Society here in Litchfield Park just to gather some information about prominent community figures.
A few names were found, only one stood out. Troy Gilbert.
In 2006, Major Gilbert was fighting on behalf of the United States of America in Iraq and just sacrificed his life for his fellow colleagues, soldiers. At the time, he had multiple students in one of our schools.
Stationed at Luke Air Force Base, Gilbert was a husband and a father of 5 who had strong connections to the Litchfield community. His story of service, sacrifice, and heroism so inspiring.
It's bigger than just a school.
I sense emotion.
Davidson says it was only fitting the school be named after him.
It's a legacy builder, right? The legacy of doing something more above and beyond yourself. You know, we're creating that belief that you're not just in a new school. Your life is big. You got greater and bigger things to come, right? That school serves as a place for people to belong and be a part of something that not everybody has a chance to be a part of.
Officials say Troy Gilbert Elementary School will open next fall, welcoming around 900 students who are ready to soar to new heights. Jay Cunningham, 12 News.
Thanks so much for watching. New episodes of 12 News Weekend premiere every Friday on 12 Plus. You can also watch past episodes on the app. Download 12 Plus for your Apple TV, Fire TV, and Roku to watch for free. I'm Rachel Cole. Have a great rest of your weekend.
12 News and 12 Plus keep you in the loop by reporting more from the rapidly growing West Valley.
We're outside Surprise City Hall.
More homes, jobs, and unexpected challenges expanding west.
In Peoria, they'll have the resources ready.
12 News, dedicated to the West Valley.
Explosive is one word for what's happening.
West Valley in the Loop on 12 News and streaming on 12 Plus. Download on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices.